to Behind the Sign, the SCR Agent Series. I'm your host, Jason Hamby, and this is where we explore and what drives our agents every day by getting to know their stories, strategies, and success of our agents. So let's dive into and hear what is really behind the sign. Today's special guests, we have Kamerin and Jennifer. They are wonderful SCR agents, and we're super excited to have them on today. How are y'all doing today?
We're good. Good.
Good, good. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to sit down and to highlight you guys. You both have developed an amazing team in y'all's community, and I hope to get to know a little bit more about it today and share some cool highlight areas that for our agents. So let's begin kind of with a short story or intro about you guys. Where you're from and how did you get into real estate and teamed up.
You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I got in real estate because I worked in a real estate office when I was a little 19-year-old and watched what they did, and it looked like fun. So, like most things that you believe when you're 19, that was not true. But I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, just 10 years ago.
10 years. You're only 29. So your 30th this year?
Yes. Yeah, this summer will be 22 years. So, I really worked at Realtors. I was their receptionist and just watched what they did and thought, I could do this.
I didn't know you started out at Keg.
Yep. Now, not licensed at that time.
Right.
That's what inspired me. So, yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So mine, not as long as Jennifer. I've been almost licensed for 8 years now, and I got into real estate. So I worked for a land company and kind of did their collection side of things in Macon before I had my babies. And then when I got pregnant and, I kind of took some time away from work and all the things. And then my husband one day was like, I think you should get your real estate license. And I was like, all right, I'll try it. And so I did it. And then come to find out I'm a really competitive person. So my very first team meeting that I ever went to at the brokerage at the time that I was with, I see the leaderboard and stuff like that. And I'm like, I got to beat all of these people. And so that's just kind of what happened.
She's not. Yeah. Her target was me.
I always target somebody. I always targeted somebody. It was always Jennifer. And so every team meeting, which was once a month, we would see Jennifer would be like here, and I would be here, and then I would be here, and Jennifer would be here. And so yeah. And then we ended up teaming up because we found that being in the business together, we have similar friends, and
we were a group, a lot of the same circles.
So. And so I said, well, hey, why don't we just kind of join forces, and then let's just create something really amazing with both of our teams, because Jennifer had a team at the time and I had a team at the time. And so then that's just kind of how it happened. And that was 3 years ago. We're going on 4 years. Right?
Yeah, that's
going into our third year now.
This is our third year. We're going on to 4 years though. I try to think positive.
We're gonna
there you go. Well, I think that's something that this industry is going towards is you have agents that are going to stay true to independent work, or they're going to become a team. And obviously you guys fall into that category. How does that, influence y'all's business approach, personal approach? How's it why'd y'all pick that route? Going a little bit deeper.
Well, what do you think?
Now looking back, and I guess it's kind of what you become accustomed to, but I find it hard to think of how we would survive without our team. I mean, what I had was a 2-person team before, and we did great together. We complemented each other really well. But now knowing that we have, that many more agents behind us, supporting us when we need help, or, the exposure for our clients and stuff like that.
Well, and just the overall communication with our clients too. It's if you're an individual agent and you go on vacation, who's going to help you out? And so, that's a big selling point, I feel like, for our clients is if you hire us on, you're not just getting one of us, you're getting 7 of us.
Yes.
7 of us plus an admin behind the scenes, a transaction coordinator. So if you ever have questions, no matter the day or the time, you can always reach somebody on the team.
And the experiences we're getting through each other.
Yeah.
Someone may have an issue that we haven't had, and now we've learned from that, or we're able to support them because we've had the issue, or just work through it together. So, don't look back on the years as individual and see these as a problem, but it's definitely a big improvement, to have extra people and extra hands.
Yeah. Yeah. I look back at my individual years and I think, oh my gosh, I didn't know as much as I know now because of the value that I get from the team. Yeah.
I like that a lot. And I think most team leads that we talk to, it's good about, I got a team behind us that we can target every little thing that needs to be done to take care of the client. But I also hear from the team leads that they have strong personalities. Obviously, it matches y'all's characteristics super well. That you're giving back to the agents that you're kind of helping, and y'all can learn from each other, and you have that community and that culture. So I think that plays on a strong part of it as too. So
yeah.
Well, cool. Obviously, for the agents that don't know you guys, what areas do you serve, communities, market, and how what's something that you love about the community that y'all live in?
We're Middle Georgia, and between all of our agents, I'd say we're from Forsyth to Albany.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then east to west is, probably as far as Columbus, and then west.
Yeah, Columbus, Americus,
Montezuma. Yeah.
So a good footprint.
Yeah.
Is there a county or city that y'all truly just love and y'all maybe do sharing community culture with?
Houston County is our home.
Yeah.
For
6
out of 7 of us, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, and fun thing, you do have a Buc-ee's in your area, so
you do have a Buc-ee's.
That's a big hit.
It is, and we'll suck you in there.
You'll have community involvement.
Yeah. So if you go to Buc-ee's, you're gonna stay. I'm gonna stay there for a minute, but no. And I think as far as community involvement goes, like, we are deeply rooted in the community. My husband was born and raised here. Jennifer was born and raised here. So I've been here for over 20 years now. I think I've been here 23, 24. No, oh my God, 25 years.
Yeah. Georgia, Heather from here. Haley is from the south end of the middle state.
Celeste is a transplant. And Laura, originally from Texas, but then they were in Atlanta and then they came here. So we've chose Middle Georgia to raise our families here. And I think that says a lot. I think there was something that I saw and then you shared it and I really liked it. And it said, and I bring this up a lot, but it said, if you want to do business with somebody, look at who's supporting your kids in their sports. So who's sponsoring your kids' sports? And that's the person you want to do business with, because those are the people that are pouring back into the community.
I like that.
And that's our belief. We love to give.
Yep.
Nice. I like that. Well, couple quick icebreakers just for fun. I don't care which one wants to take it first, or maybe one wants to answer one. I got 2 of them. If you could have lunch with anybody, past or present, who would it be and why?
You can do that one.
Okay. Well, my honest answer, not everyone's going to love it, but I am a Trump girl. But I go back to way before politics. I read one of his first books about business and just was really inspired by it. This was probably 17, 18 years ago. So, he knows business.
Yeah, especially real estate industry.
If you had lunch with him, like what would you say to him if you had lunch with Trump?
I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing that I got from the book, and he doesn't sleep much. Like he goes to bed at midnight and gets up at 4:30. Typically you have to be able to do that, but he goes after it all day long.
I knew that too. Yeah, he sleeps like 4 hours a day, which is crazy.
I think I tried it when I read the book, and I had like a couple of babies at the time, and that was not really easy. But
not doing that.
I was a little delirious, but yeah. I don't know. I'd have to make a list of questions. I wouldn't have specifics, but I just think he's like, heck, watching him on a Theo Vaughn interview is, you get a lot out of that.
I didn't listen to that one.
That's good.
Probably one of the, he's got a lot of just achievements, and he's obviously a pretty smart guy. The best thing that I love about Trump really is how he communicates and has a conversation where he has that, I think he calls it the weaving in and out of like the topics that they're talking about, where they'll have one topic, but he'll go off onto another conversation about it, but eventually comes back to his original point, which is, I think, pretty impressive. But
Yeah.
especially at his age.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Next question is, what is your favorite book or podcast, or if you're a movie TV show person and that you and it can be personal or professional.
It's a really good thing Jennifer didn't get this question. She uses TV or movies, but so I actually have a little side book club. So I love all kinds of books. My favorite book that I ever read that got me into reading was To Kill a Mockingbird, because it's basically like a whodunit and proving somebody's innocence, and I love that. I love anything crime related. I love podcasts. I love Crime Junkie, but I'm really, really, really big into Mel Robbins and Jay Shetty. I love anything that's very positive mindset, kind of setting the tone for the day. I love Simon Sinek. So those are my favorite. I think Simon Sinek's one is a bit of optimism, and that one is a very short podcast, like 30 minutes. And it just, every time I listen to that one, it just cheers me up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully agents that are books or podcast lovers, you can add that to your list to read or watch.
Yeah, and they can join my book group on Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive in a little bit deeper into your business focus and strategies. What do y'all primarily focus on in the real estate industry? Is it residential, commercial, land, luxury, or is it a little bit of each?
Everything.
We really do everything. I mean, residential is obviously probably 75% of our stats, but yeah, we have commercial, we have land. We don't limit ourselves. What knowledge we don't have, we know who to call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll find it. We'll find the answer. If we don't know the answer, we're going to find the answer.
Yeah, that's awesome. And one of the biggest things that as SCR, a lot of agents have been asking, how do you stand out from the crowd, and especially in a market that's very competitive? Do y'all brand yourself in a different way than most, or how do y'all navigate that challenge?
I think for us, it's touching in our uniqueness that we have, that we kind of all bring. Everybody on the team is really different, but honing in on the overall brand, but while being relatable. So it's kind of like a culmination of different things. But I think the main thing that we get, and what I feel like, is that we share real aspects of our life. Mm-hmm. It's not, I don't want to see the fake Instagram post or the staged house. I want to see what's the nitty gritty stuff. Like, what are you doing? Like, we're scrubbing windows or mopping floors. One time I had Jennifer come help clean a house, and she was literally gagging because she was helping me clean this floor, like at this oven or whatever it was. She just doesn't do well with that kind of stuff. But those are like the real things that I think just being
even
authentically,
the home life too,
yes, I think just being authentically yourself. Don't try to go after somebody else's brand and do the same thing that they're doing. Whatever you like, pour into that, and then you'll find other people will, the people who like that, you'll find your niche in there. That's what I think.
Yeah. And then, I mean, our motto is
luxury experience at any price point. She forgot it.
Thank you. Yeah. I was going to say luxury, but
but and that whether we're we have a lot for sale that's $9,000 in Fort Valley. Whether you're selling a $9,000 lot or $1 million property, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get the same service, because that everybody deserves it. It's the $9,000 lot could be somebody's largest transaction that they ever do. And I want them to experience the exact same thing with that transaction as, somebody who there's more money. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah. You're going to get the exact same experience. The paycheck at the end of the day isn't the bottom line. It's the customer experience for me.
Yeah. Y'all need to put that motto on like a shirt or get a sign or something. That's huge. And I think that's important too. A lot of realtors. It's everywhere.
It's on all of our stuff.
Well, I need a shirt. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I'll send you one.
There you go. No, I think that's a big key point that agents sometimes they get tripped up on, and is you're a professional licensee. You perform a service for your clients, and if you keep it the same, no matter what client it is and what price point, you will really be the best interest for the client at that point. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good point.
That's our sole job, is to make sure that we have our clients' best interest at heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I want to do that from start to finish. This isn't just, hey, I need to get to this closing. I need this closing now. If you list your house and something happens financially, you need to put it up for rent. Guess what? That's great. Let's do that. Let's put it up for rent. Let me help assist you with that. I have a great referral partner with Holland Hills that you can go ahead and talk to them, and they're amazing, and or whomever, whatever works for you. So I just think that that's my main thing that I want our clients to know, is that we have their back no matter what.
But as far as branding ourselves, I think it's just, again, way more real.
Yeah.
Like,
people relate to that.
I don't want to use the word unprofessional, because we stay professional, but we just don't overdo it to put something out there.
Just, I really think just being yourself. Like, I'm just going to go back. Like, don't think that you need what you see that you think is working for somebody else might not work for you.
Yeah.
You need to do what works for you. Like, what is your brand? Like, think about, yourself and what your interests are, and then pour into that, and you'll get business.
Yeah, I like that. Well, for SCR, obviously we've been in the Middle Georgia area, Warner Robins area for several years now. We're the number one brokerage in that area for sales volume, and obviously you guys as a team, I consider you guys the top team in that community. Which is amazing. Y'all's productions and volumes is here you go, high five it out. That's right. It's very high, and for agents that might be new to the business or the industry, one of probably their number one question is how do I generate new business? Any strategies and ideas behind that maybe that y'all have done in the past, or something that works now? How do you get new business going on?
I'm not going to say that this is going to generate new business, but before you even think about generating new business, you need to treat it like a business. So don't sit there doing nothing until it comes. Like, you need to get up, get dressed, and go to an office or some sort of, coffee shop or something every day, and then perform these things that we may suggest, which, I mean, I feel like open house is still one of the best way to get leads if you're doing it the right way. And then beyond that, I think it's talking to everybody that you know. I think that for years, over 50% of my business came from the baseball field. Wear that name tag,
your shirt, and you have to ask for the business. I cannot stress that enough. I use this as an example a lot of times when I'm talking to newer agents, and that is that at night, I lay down next to my husband. I go to sleep. My husband knows what I do for a business. I told you in the beginning, like, he was the one that was like, I think you should try real estate. He knows I'm a realtor, right? And one day I just said to him, just randomly, do you know anybody who's looking to sell their house? And he goes, oh, I actually know 2 people. Well, why haven't they already called me? You should. Why am I asking? You know what I mean? So even my husband. So you have to ask for business. Because you're not going to get it if you do not ask for it.
The Facebook post is not.
It's not. That's not going to. Yeah, it's not. The Facebook post gets you recognition.
We have a great Facebook presence, a following, and some notoriety, if you will. You know what that gets us? It gets us requests for sponsorships.
Yeah,
and that's lovely, and we love doing that. But what I'm saying is that doesn't guarantee. A signed buyer brokerage.
No. I mean, I think I can count on one hand all of the leads that I've gotten off of Facebook.
Yeah.
Really, one hand. So
I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean,
today. I'm so sorry.
Getting into your community, getting out there and working at the job, not having it just fall. It's not going to fall in your lap. No. You might get one here and there, but you got to get out there and work the deal. You got to talk to people, get in your community. Because if they don't know you're a realtor and a professional licensee, they're not going to call you.
I mean, you get that license and you make that first Facebook post that says, hey guys, I just got my real estate license. Send me buyers and sellers. You know what I mean? That's not going to do it.
No.
You have to put yourself out there. You have to take those risks.
I like that.
Yeah.
Moving on to something I think you guys have definitely dealt with just with experience in your industry is challenging and learning moments. And I think every agent, probably every transaction deals with some type of challenge that you face. Obviously there's probably we could sit here
Yeah.
for all day and talk about it, but what's something y'all do in your business that maybe that you can overcome those challenges or and mistakes? Obviously you got a great team and behind you and helping you, but what's something y'all do if y'all run up to a bump in the road?
Tequila?
Yeah, I was gonna say drink.
I mean, the biggest blessing, again, with a team, but us especially, is we bounce it off of each other.
Yeah, sometimes talking through stuff.
And we like to do things very differently. But once we talk through those things,
oh, she means us. Like we're completely
Yes.
different.
Yeah.
So one of the girls will call me about an amendment to address concerns, and I'll give them a different answer than she will.
yes.
Gotcha.
And so then we'll call each other, and I'm like, well, what did you just tell Heather about the amendment? She's like, well, I told her this. I'm like, well, why'd you say this? And she's like, well, because of X, Y, and Z. I'm like, well, that makes sense. All right, I kind of agree with what you're saying. You know what I mean? Or vice versa.
We learn from we learn from that, or we find something that goes in between. So.
And some problems really, like there are issues. I don't want to call them problems. There's issues within transactions, not problems. They can be solved, but some of them
are out of our hands.
Are really 100%
I think
out of our control.
accepting what's out of our hands and advising our clients based on that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of cut your losses right here and move on. I think we always want to hold on to something and make it work, but sometimes it's cut your losses.
Yeah.
So,
sometimes it's like, hey, you know what? We've done this extension 19 times. We probably should go back on the market.
Yeah.
Because you've already paid your mortgage 4 times now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just kind of like but that would have been something that would have been out of our hands. But it's coming to realize, hey, you know what? This is probably in the best interest of the client, and giving them options and then having them be able to make decisions. I think that's a big thing too in coming up with issues.
Educating your client to make their best decision.
Yeah.
And rather than influencing them on how you necessarily think it'll go.
Or how you feel.
Yeah.
Because some people will get their feelings involved in these things. And they're like, well, I feel this. Well, I don't care how you feel. What are the facts?
Yeah. Keep the emotions out of it.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things, especially as a new agent. And we at SCR, we do have several new agents. They want to chat it out and talk about it just because the experience is not there and they want to hear both sides. And you're exactly right. Y'all two, obviously might have different viewpoints on it, which could be then great learning experience. But then having someone be able to have your experience and know it is just out of my hands at this point.
I'm yawning. It's probably because I'm looking at 27 tabs that are open on Kamerin's computer. I think it's
Oh no! Don't tell me that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Look at
the
second row here.
Oh, those are my bookmarks.
Oh, okay.
Those aren't open tabs. One of the things you could tell the newer agents if you wanted to is that I'm always open for, talking through things with newer agents. So if they ever want to give me a call, I'm more than happy to. Text me first and then call me, because I'm not the best at answering my phone.
Yeah.
I know I should be, but I'm not.
Yeah, I like that. Well, and that's what we want at SCR. And this is kind of one of the big reasons why we're doing this is for, the culture to build between agents that might not know each other, that are different parts of the state of Georgia. So, of course, wonderful advice there. Well, I know you get into the day-to-day, and obviously real estate is fun. I really enjoy it, and I think you guys love it too. What's something that y'all do that might be a daily routine, or that finding that work-life balance? What does that look for you guys? Obviously, you have families and children and friends. What's something that y'all do for that to stay not so insane about real estate?
This is funny because we just talked about this on our Facebook Live the other day, but every morning, basically school mornings, just because, that keeps us in line with work. It gives us a little break on the weekends and stuff. But every morning we send a grateful and a win, and then occasionally we do a loss. So we say what we're grateful for. We have a win for the day, or sometimes the win is really from the prior day. And then occasionally you share your loss so that you can bounce ideas and get help from the group. But the coming from a part of gratefulness sets the tone for your entire day. And that's work and life. That's work and home life. So that is a big part for us. And then we do kind of stay in tune with each other's schedules. So, that I don't know how that helps me, but when I know what so-and-so's doing, and I guess there's a motivation factor in there, like less time to slack if I know.
Yeah, well, no, that's really true. And I'll be very, very, very honest. I did a time blocking class for an agent not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. And she said, somebody told me you time blocked a nap into your schedule. And I was like, yes, actually.
I need to do that today.
I did. Jennifer obviously needs to start time blocking naps. But I said, yes, I used to actually do that. Well, I hired Celeste on about 2-3 years ago. And Celeste is an office person. She has to be in the office. Well, when Celeste is here, I can't be going sleeping on my couch, taking a nap, okay, because I feel guilty. So one of the main routines now, I no longer take my naps, and now I am in the office every day. And I think when you show up in the office and you show up for yourself and you show up for your business, it grows exponentially. And our numbers, I truly feel like our numbers reflect that.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I can sell a house in my workout clothes all day long. But I will say, if I spend more mornings getting dressed in those, I'm effective.
Yeah.
I do better when I dress for the day.
When I dress for work, I still do want to take, or when I don't dress for work, I still do want to take that nap.
Yeah.
I'll fight it.
Or I'm just like, today is a lazier day.
Yes.
And I don't have to show up as much.
And then the next day, I'm
showing up doesn't
it.
mean in the office in person. It means for, checking those things off the list.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, everybody's going to have tough weeks. Obviously, we're human.
Of course.
And finding those little, ways to stay motivated and focused, and finding the wins, and what you're grateful for. That's a great way.
It's grateful for the day.
Every day.
And it's dressing for the day.
Yeah.
And they make a difference.
They do.
It's the weirdest things that it's almost like the making your bed.
Well, it's the smallest things that make the biggest difference,
I agree.
Put some real pants on. For real. Like
we really have sweatpants on.
I'm in a dress today, actually.
We really don't even. Yeah, we're just lying about this right now. So
yeah, it's just boxer shorts underneath here. It's COVID all over again.
Well, and I think by doing those things, and obviously this I think stems from y'all starting y'all's team several years back, and y'all have seen the increase in production of y'all's sales volume, and obviously that plays a big role. But I love to kind of just see the impact of the career. What's it like for y'all that's, you're going on 3 years now, or a little over 3, being at Southern Classic Realtors? How has that been for you guys?
Well, it definitely was a raise for the girls for their overall commissions. So, all of us, which has been great for them.
The financial freedom.
On them. That's wonderful. And it also it allows us to, there's sometimes in transactions, and Jennifer might slap me for saying this, there's sometimes where we do kind of come out of pocket for certain things, like to help with repairs or whatever. I feel like every agent at some point in their career probably has done this or will do this. And so having kind of that 100% commission allows us to be a little bit more flexible with that. Hey, you know what? We need to get your yard needs to be trimmed, or you forgot to do it, or whatever that looks like, to kind of be able to help them and assist our sellers a little bit better.
And it's also opened up the financial ability to spend more on our team marketing.
Yeah.
We took our team to New York City in
we
January.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that trip. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the Inman and it was wonderful. And we met a lot of celebrities. We had a great trip.
Yep.
That's awesome.
We learned things too, but the celebrities were the best. That was the top.
Yeah. No, I think obviously a lot of agents that we hire, either individual or teams like you guys, that's probably the big, item that they realize, you get 100% compensation that can reflect back into your family's lives, your business lives. And obviously y'all have seen a great part of that. What's something that SCR, other than compensation, maybe resources, support, or tools that you found helpful too?
I love all the Seth Wiseman classes. classes.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
being able to hear directly from him. Like I
Or
think
his team.
yes,
folks
that's what I
Yeah.
meant. Like his whole office.
Yeah.
I think that's just wonderful. I mean, the literally the man, the myth, the legend who writes our GAR contracts, teaching classes, and all of his associates. Like you can't get any better than that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I second that.
Because I have all the red books like sitting on my shelf. You can't see them, but I have them all here.
Those are a good read, actually. And just a side note for all the agents out there, if you haven't purchased one of the red books, physical or digital copy, definitely do that. That's going to really help your career out.
It will change. There's certain situations we get into, and I say, you know what, I don't know the answer. Let me look at the red book and figure it out, and then I'll call her. We'll talk through it, and then we figure it out, and it will change your life.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. The value of our partnerships at SCR with Wiseman PC, not every brokerage gets that. There's only a handful in the state that we get to partner with them, and the free CE once a month. All of our agents can pick up the phone and call one of the attorneys. They know you're an SCR agent. They know that they'll provide you with support through any transaction, even if you're not closing with them. They'll provide you that support, which
and
obviously
not closing with them too before Laura's close, and we have another listing up that way, so I'm sure she'll probably maybe request that they close there again.
Yeah, well, and they're expanding too, so always looking to hire more attorneys. I know they're trying to look into different markets and areas, so hopefully, fingers crossed, one day in y'all's Warner Robins area. That would be nice, right?
That would be great.
Well, perfect. Something I know we're kind of running out of time real quick, but I like to check up. I think SCR, obviously we're a brokerage and we do a lot of great things, but ultimately we're a big cheerleader for all of our agents. We love being in business with everybody. I like to hear your goals and what you want to achieve and projects in the horizon. What's something that y'all have on your list to do, and what's new for you guys upcoming?
I'm looking at my bingo card. I got my
You
bingo
have it
card
written
right here.
down. Nice.
Let's see. Well, this year we want to do $50 million worth of sales. What else do we need to do? Well, this isn't really.
Several want to do the ABR class.
Yes, the ABR class is on here. Good job. Yes, I didn't even see that. Yeah. We did get our new headshots.
We achieved new headshots.
And we're doing more in-person team meetings.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh, we want to get on the news this year.
The news.
For the right reasons.
We want to be on the news for right reasons. Yeah, not the wrong reasons.
Clarify,
yeah.
So.
But
yeah, I mean, y'all could go out crazy real quick and get on the news real fast.
Yeah, we probably could. But yeah, I mean, we definitely have some goals set for 2025 that I do think we will achieve.
We could have done new headshot and news in the same one and just got mugshots.
Dang.
That was so funny. Is it for your team? Are you looking to grow your team and hire new team members, or expand to different communities, or stay the same?
I don't know.
I don't think we're looking for any agents right now.
Yeah, not right now.
Okay.
We got a good thing going right now.
Yep.
I'm more than happy to give advice though.
Yeah.
100% more than happy to give advice and to help lead, newer agents to kind of to guide them, I guess I should say.
Okay.
As far as expanding goes, not hiring on new agents, but I do have on our bingo card that we want to expand to Macon. We do a good amount.
Technically, we do cover already, but we wanted our presence to kind of start to grow into what our presence in Houston County is.
Yeah, just a little bit bigger in the Bibb County area.
I love how it's easy to say write your goals down and you can achieve them, but I love the idea of putting them in a bingo card. I don't think I've seen that. Yeah, I'm sure.
I did a team one and then I did a personal one, so
that's awesome. Then it's almost a game, but it's fun. You put it up on the wall, you can check it off when you're done.
Well, we were saying on our team group chat today, Heather had mentioned that we're really close to 6,000 followers on Facebook. And so my response back to her was, please get it because I have it on my bingo card and I'd like to I'd like to check it off.
Okay. So, well, hey, SCR agents, if you're watching this, go follow them on Facebook. Let them check one of your things off. Well, wrapping up real quick. Obviously, I think it's fun to see how you got into the real estate industry. especially as new agents, they have all crazy cool stories of, jumping into the real estate industry. But if you weren't in the real estate industry, what would you be doing?
Oh, that's a great question. What would you be doing?
I'd be a travel advisor, travel agent.
I could totally see you doing that.
Private investigator.
Whatever.
Yeah, I used to say private investigator too, but I think she
I could totally
outshines
do
me
that.
now.
It's my
There.
collections background.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, I like
Track
that.
down so you pay bills.
I mean, a travel agent that travels with you.
Yeah.
So did you plan the whole New York trip by yourself, or was that a
God,
collective?
no. Celeste and ChatGPT did.
Yeah.
I gotta give credit where credit's due. But no,
There you go.
Celeste is very good at travel, just like Jennifer.
There you
And
go.
so we did that. We planned everything around like the Inman schedule and all of that. And then Celeste did it, and we partnered with ChatGPT. We partnered with ChatGPT a lot.
Celeste and I had to lie about how far things were when we were walking. Though it would be like 20 blocks, and we tell 12.
It was
It's
really
only
cold
12.
the first night we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we fudged a lot.
Yeah.
My wife and I went up for Christmas time last holiday, and she had me walking all over the place. And I was like,
Oh,
"You're
no,
kidding
That's
me."
why
it's
to
the
do New
best
York.
thing.
It was
Yeah.
fun. It was a great time.
Yeah.
But during Christmas, there's tons of people, and it was fun to see the lights and do all the fun activities in the city. But it was a good time. And you got to give it up to ChatGPT. I mean, if you're not using AI, what are you doing?
You're messing up.
Well, final thoughts, any encouragements that you like to share with SCR agents and anything like that?
I mean, don't let one bad day.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, don't let one bad day just take away from every opportunity that
Yeah.
the real estate world does bring. It's been a very stressful 22 years, but I've never missed any kid function. Maybe not always been there mentally, but I have physically been present. So, the opportunities that are afforded through it, you're going to have bad days.
And
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is just making sure, going off of the bad days, and just kind of reiterating the whole start from a point of gratitude every single day, and create that positive mindset. And you're going to doubt yourself regardless, because we all do. I mean, I wake up some days and I'll text Celeste and Jennifer and be like, I don't think I need to do this anymore. You know what I mean? Something happened or whatever. But don't be, in your head with all the negative thoughts, because you're still awesome. So start with gratitude every day, and then the bad days won't be so bad.
Yeah, I think that's huge. I really like that. Well, I really appreciate y'all coming on, and obviously that's another great episode for Behind the Sign, the SCR Agent Series. Really big thanks to you guys, for sharing your story, your strategies, and your experience in the real estate industry. Really appreciate it. We'll have to have you on another time. Maybe we can talk about some other topics. And of course, if you're an SCR agent tuning in, I hope you walk away with some fresh ideas, maybe some motivations and reminders that you can adapt into your own career and business. Find the big wins, be that gratitude point. That's really huge. Stay motivated, stay focused. We're super thankful for all of you guys as business at SCR. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time on Behind the
All
Sign.
right. Thank you so
Bye.
much.